brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defense, old saying is, make them snap it again.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right to the air is Richardson. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Let's go now.
Here comes McFadden. He's got it. That's a first down across midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up first down.
They'll run. It's McFadden. That's powerful running, lowers the shoulder, and picks up 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Here's McFadden. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Richards, and the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
That one is good. And the Falcons are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. First and 10. To the air right away is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
Complete to number 87. A gain of 9 yards. First down, New England.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Falcons with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. A run, it's Jones. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Finding room at midfield. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Up the middle, here's Jones. And a good run there to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. And And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Hurts now. That's taken in. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Not only did they convert on fourth down, they picked up a quarter of the field. A gain of 25. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Two minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, it's Jones. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Jones. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Again, it'll be Jones. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The extra point is good. And the Patriots move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. On the ground, it's McFadden. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
They'll run it with McFadden. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. You just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. Take it in at the 8. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. And he's going to be very close to a 1st down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this 2nd half coming up. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up. Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
A run now on second down. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Give him 14 on that one. It's good for a Falcon first down.
In today's game, Mike, we're so used to seeing everyone go for quarterback sneak in this situation. 3rd and inches, just let your quarterback kind of barrel forward and get a fresh set of downs. But a nice change up here, giving the ball to your back. Not only does he pick up the first down, but he gets plenty of yards after that.
And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
Let's go now. Pack to 60. Pack 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Richardson operating from the pistol. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Cowboy 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and 13.
Buffalo 18. Ready.
Now Richardson. He'll try and get there on the ground. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the first down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. They'll start with an option play to the right. And he'll give it up on the pitch.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. What turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To throw is Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the 2nd half.
All right, so the Falcons try to add on a 2-point conversion here.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points. So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On 2nd down, Hurts. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Hurts will try it again. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. Again, Hurts. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down. That'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. To the air again. Hurts. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Hurts again. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Jones. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here. 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. He'll go right and find his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the 4th. They come to the line needing 6 yards for a first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. That caught by Davis. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Here's Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick to the ground. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
They'll run. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. And we are set for a great finish. Timeout. 2 seconds remaining in the game. New England going to take their second timeout. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to win the game. This
GG's, homie.
is good.
GG's.
And the Falcons